you now.
Better, okay.
Yeah, better.
Wonderful.
So,
Yes, if you open it that way, they're going to be able to see that. No?
well, but you can still see, right?
Yes, I think. No? Normally other. Why not? It's very strange. Perhaps I think since you're sharing it, it won't let us maybe. I think it won't let us.
I can do it like this. Yeah, it works. Okay, so to defect means to get rid of your country, to run away, to escape from your country. So because the North Korean situation is not really good, many people starve and many people are being executed, so they run away from their country. So on the left side, there is a picture of two North Korean defectors crossing the river between China and North Korea. And on the right side, on the top of it, you can see North Korean people trying to infiltrate into the Spanish embassy in China, in Beijing. So many people try this route to infiltrate into a foreign embassy so that they can help you, so they can help them. So, yeah. So Korean climate, as I said, during summer it's really hot, during summer it's really cold, and during winter it's really cold, and it snows a lot. So that's the border between South Korea and North Korea. These are called the guard posts, in which soldiers go inside and surveil against the North Korean soldiers. So they are Korean military soldiers, Korean Air Force, and Korean Marine. So because the Korean War is still not over yet, we are in a ceasefire, armistice, since 1953. So the war is not still over yet. So all Korean men must serve in the army. So in South Korea, we serve 2 years. In North Korea, they serve 10 years. So I serve as a Coast Guard. Coast Guard means the sea of police on the ocean. So I serve as a Coast Guard, and that's the ship that I boarded when I was serving. And this is where I serve. It's in Pyeongtaek. So.
Is that something that you do like full time for 2 years?
We can like 2 months. Once in 2 months we can go home, but all during the 2 years we have to stay there, eat there, and sleep there. So
that's before you go to university normally.
Normally, Korean boys go to university first, and after 1 or 2 years they rest and then serve in the army and come back. So for me, I finished my second year in Korea and I served 2 years as a Coast Guard and I came to Spain. So if I go back, I will be the fourth year, fourth grade. So this is me. Unbelievable. So I dyed my hair after finishing my service. So this is the normal uniform that we usually put on. And the middle one are used for special events and like trainings. And the third picture is for when you work out and when you're taking your free time. So that's how it works. So and also Coast Guard is a separate organization from Navy, but for us, for the people who are doing their mandatory service, we belong to the Korean Navy. So that's how it works.
Can you choose where is it that you are serving, or is it like?
Well, yeah, there are many choices, but there are 4 big choices: Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine. So there are more, but those are the 4 major choices, and I chose the Navy, and especially Coast Guard. So yeah.
Okay.
So, well, this is the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, even the people in the blackboard. Anybody in the classroom?
I wanted to ask about the tunnel you showed.
Oh, tunnel, yeah.
What was it built for?
It was built for the North Korean soldiers to infiltrate, to break into South Korea secretly. Yeah. And
Was it hard for you to join the Navy, like emotionally?
well, because the serve is mandatory, it's not really difficult. If you choose, then you go. So it's not really difficult, but there are some little exams like push-ups and sit-ups and interview, but it's not really difficult. But the serving is difficult. Okay, any more questions?
Is it expensive to live there?
Live in Korea.
So,
So yeah, it's super expensive because, well, Korea is really weird because in most countries, of course the capital city is very developed, but the other cities are also very developed usually. Well, for example, in Spain, well, of course Madrid is the biggest city because it's the capital city, but still Valencia is still big, large population and very developed. However, in South Korea, Seoul is super extremely developed, and the other regions are not really developed. It's just countryside, and so everything is concentrated in Seoul. So everybody comes to Seoul, and everybody works in Seoul. So it's really a big problem. And there's also some discrimination among the capital city and the other regions. For example, in Spain, if you're from Valencia and you work in Valencia, it doesn't matter. Well, Madrid is good, but Valencia is also good. There's no discrimination. However, in Korea, there are some discrimination. Many people think that Seoul is the best city. You must go to Seoul. You must work there. So yeah, it is. I think it's a big problem.
We're going to actually to talk about something that is related to that, okay? How migration to big cities can cause problems in smaller population.
Right. And I think, yeah.
Is there any way you can avoid going to the obligatory service? Like, is there any major reason for you to don't join them, just don't do those years of service, or you just have to do them?
The military service.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is mandatory. If you refuse to do it, you must go to jail. However, from last year, the law changed. So if you don't choose to serve in the military, you can serve in jails. but at least you don't get locked in the jail, in the cell. But in the past, you had to be locked for 2 years.
How about people who have medical problems or some sort of disabilities? How they can do the military service?
Well, yeah, there's also a way for the disabled people. So in Korea, there are 7 scales. From 4th to 3rd, you must go serve in the military as a soldier or Coast Guard or fireman or something. And the 4th grade, you must serve. It's called social service. So you can work at public places like public university or public police station, fire station, or court. So and from the 5th grade, you don't have to serve. So it's like this. But the problem is that the 4th grade people, they are called social service. However, according to the international law, it is illegal to force somebody to do involuntary works. But Korea did not ratify that law. Ratify means to agree. So yeah, it is international. According to the international law, that is illegal. But Korea is just ignoring the problem. I don't know. I'm just gonna let them work. So yeah, it is very controversial in Korea. So more questions? BBC people, are you listening? Hopefully. So anybody from here?
Would you like to do the Kahoot then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we also need to share that with people in Blackboard. So I'm just going to close this. Okay.
So now we are gonna play Kahoot. So please turn on your laptop or phone.
What do we need to share with your classmates?
Well,
Is it
Like, do you remember that I sent you like
Yes.
before? Can you? Did you receive that?
I do. Oh, where is that? I want to close this. Okay, wonderful.
Like
Presentation.
F5.
Yeah. Is that here? Oh.
Yes, that's
Okay.
me. And play now.
Okay. Oh yes, we can all do it. Oh no, it's not mine.
Well, I don't know.
I think it's private. No.
Okay, let's do it
It
again.
won't let us see. I think you need to change like the. Oh, do you know how?
Can
to,
you enter again?
Yeah. So
And
say like,
maybe this? Yes.
And you'll put your own details, right?
Ah, okay.
Do you have that? Or
Yes.
with Google or.
I can do it.
So we also have like more